Alright, so far I've introduced a health system, energy system, mana system, fatigue, energy fatigue, mana fatigue, and then all the stats can be interacted with, but so far they have no actual effect, except for constitution, health max, energy max, fatigue max, energy fatigue max, and mana fatigue max. Constitution sets the health, energy, mana, so if I set constitution to 5, then if I run it, it'll set 75, 500, 200, 150, 150, 600. And then if we just restart it, set constitution to 20, which will be the max in the game. We'll start at 150 for health max, 800 for energy, mana 350, fatigue 300, energy fatigue 300, mana fatigue max 2100. Should be 300 for that, but I'll have to go back and fix that. And then if we start again, set it back to 0. I'll show the health. So health, if you go over your max, it'll slowly decrease. Same with energy, same with mana. And it's called overflow, and you can see if we scroll down, isn't health overflow, isn't mana overflow. And we can see energy is back to normal, that's why we didn't see it there. Then if we go too low on health, we'll be knocked. So did it too fast there, but what happened was, here we go. It went into overdrive, then it got overdrive. I kept decreasing the health, so went out of overdrive, went into knocked to dead because I kept decreasing the health. I'll do that slower now. Go to stats, health, set it 0. We can see we're in overdrive, and so the way this works, you'll do 30% more. Your effects will be 30% more stronger, but cost 30% more, and you'll take 30% less damage. So kind of like the health won't go down as much, but these two will go up more. And then if it goes back up to, we can see the threshold down here. And this threshold's based on your max and max health. So -5 to 5. So if it goes below -5, you'll die. If it gets to 5 or above it, you'll get back up, and it'll set you at 2 health. So there we go. Oh, now we can see overdrive expended because we've used it. And if it's expended, you'll go into knocked, and we can see if we go down to 0, it'll set the health to 1, and your knocked recovery threshold is 12. That's also based on your max health. And if we scroll back down, we can see it says knocked here. We can see is knocked, recently knocked. And so the way recently knocked works is, first let's go 13, back up to 5. Now, if we get knocked again, we'll be dead because we've been recently knocked. And so that's kind of to keep the player from getting knocked, getting back up, getting knocked, getting back up, getting knocked, getting back up over and over again. So it'll take time to be able to get knocked again. And so if the health goes to 0, just dead. And we'll restart it, and I'll show all of the stats. And so, just to show energy, if we go to down, it'll say out of energy. If we go to mana, out of mana. What I'm thinking of doing is having, when you're out of energy, it'll drop from health. Like, instead of taking the stuff from energy, it'll take it from health. And then same with mana, take it from health instead. I'm not sure how that'll go just in terms of balance, because then people might just only increase their max health, because if you can just use health as your energy source. So I'm thinking it won't be as efficient, kind of like a trade-off, or just not have it at all. And then, so all of these stats will affect different things, like might affects weapon damage, toughness affects, I think it's range weapon damage, and then, or no, toughness affects blocking, bound is range damage, patience is, I don't remember off the top of my head, but they all go under these. So the way it works is, as you increase, you'll increase it as you play, and as you increase your sturdiness, or increase your patience, increase your bound, toughness, might, it'll level up strength. Right now I don't have that implemented, but when the game's finished, that's what it'll be like. So now I'll just show that I've implemented changing it. And so the way I did it right now is it just grabs a random stat or random effect. So we'll do test 1. it did speed discipline plus equals negative 26, so just subtracting 26. You can see here, stat 12.5 and effect negative 26. So a way to optimize the game is what it does is it keeps the stat as a double instead of like this whole string, or like even just the string of speed discipline, which will like save optimization when it's like having to search for what it is. Instead it can just search for 12.5, and then at the final step when it's about to apply the effect, it converts it. You can see here, convert double to stat and apply effect. So it does negative 26. You can see here, discipline negative 26, and if we run another, charisma -2, willpower plus 14, and same for all of these. It just kind of works the same way. And we just keep doing it. We can see here, stat not found. That's because 9.9 is not an actual stat. So the way I did it was just a range of number to number, and so it's possible it just will get one that's not actually a stat. When I actually make the game, it'll just be based on the input that's coming in. So there'll be this processor in will take in what the damage is, figure out what the stat is, send it to this once it's processed all the damage. So let's say it's doing 10 damage, but your character has resistance to fire damage and it's a fire spell, then it's going to decrease until it's at 8. So it'll then, once all that's calculated, it'll send it to this. It'll say stat, if it's your health, 0, effect, 8, or -8 if it's doing damage. The way it works is basically effect is how much of the stat it's changing. Negative is obviously decreasing, positive is increasing. And so if we go here, we'll just keep doing this, see if we can end up dying from it. We can see their health plus 21, so it's going to be difficult. We can see when I did health 22, let's see, it might have gone into overdrive or overflow, but our health might have been too low already. Oh no, it's probably up here. It probably showed it entering over. Yeah, we can see 3, so it probably did it again. And then just keep testing fatigue. Yes, fatigue +1, health +1. If we go up here, we can see fatigue. See, oh, it automatically decreases. So it probably went up to 1, went back down. Same with mana fatigue at -2. It's just going to reset to 0 if it does that. Energy +6, +8. But again, it's just going to redo that. Then we've got up here, we can see 4, so it did go again. We can just keep doing this. You can see health up there. Let's see, it's down to 22. Health -25, and yep, we're in overdrive now. That's pretty cool, just based off chance we got it. And so yeah, that's pretty much everything. We got sent into overdrive, we went -5, it'll get knocked. If we're knocked, go down, boom, dead. And that's pretty much everything right now.